Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is the October 2023 reading for Pisces. I did meditate over your cards before we started rolling today. When I was doing that, I did it with Labradorite, that is this crystal right here. It's very good specifically for clairvoyant energies. It's good for psychic energy, but it's also very good for transformative energy, which is specifically what I wanted to use it for today, since we are coming off of that harvest moon at the end of September, coming into October. So this is going to be very much a time of transformation for everybody. So let's see if I can maybe give some insight as to how that transformative energy is going to work for you, Pisces. Let's give this a shot here. We're going to be doing a 7-card spread today. And I did pick out an indicator card up here at the top that we will be using to kind of give a general idea overall. Let's see here. Alrighty. And doop. All right. Let's see what we got. And I don't read reversals. Everything for me is upright. I believe that the cards tell their story as it is. There's plenty of not so great cards out there. You don't necessarily need things to be upside down. All right. So looks like you are in control of some movement here. I mean, I see that we've got the Chariot, we've got transformation. The Chariot's your indicator card. This is usually it's a card of movement, yes, but it is a card of being in control of that movement. So it could be moving your house, could be moving for a job. It could be a movement of spirit, movement of soul, you just changing directions in your life. Doesn't necessarily have to have anything to do with where you're actually physically moving to. Knight of Swords here. So it looks like there is some new information that's come in to your life that may have kind of been cutting some fat for you. So the Knight of Swords is like new energy. The swords are specifically intellectual energy. They usually have to do with dealing with problems of the mind more than anything. So it looks like maybe you have some things that are plaguing you, mentally speaking, that you've been kind of trying to slay this dragon for a while. Maybe you got some information recently that is kind of like, or even, just might just be information you've had for a while that has really plagued you mentally, that I think you are shifting away from, or you're trying to get some distance from whatever this dragon is that's been bothering you. It looks like you've recently had some major event in your life come to a conclusion. Could be that you were pregnant, you gave birth. Could be that you had been working on a project and it was completed. Could be that you had been working to try and get a job and you got it. Could be you were graduating from high school. I mean, like, the world is very specifically excuse me. Somebody must have left that. Somebody left. The World card is very specifically a card of a finalization of something. So it's some major event. The World is major arcana, right? Major is major. So it was some kind of major event in your life that finalized relatively recently. And that is part of what has created this, whether or not it's been a battle you've been fighting your whole life, or it's a piece of news that's created a brand new battle for you. But it seems like you are now in this moment because of this thing that ended here. So whatever this thing was that came to its culmination, I believe has put you into a position where you are now having to deal with some mental unsteadiness. You're having to battle some dragons in your brain. And the King of Coins, so this is what's coming into your situation in your near future. The King of Coins is financial stability, straight up. It's male energy, very much so, male dominant energy, but it's the energy of even-keeled, strong earth energy, material energy, having that under control. Could be a father figure, could be a grandfather figure, an older male figure, but just somebody who's got their stuff together, specifically with their business and their finances. And I think that you've got maybe some support coming in here to help you through this experience that you're dealing with. Could be an older person or just a gentleman or a person with a male energy that is willing to give you some advice that might be helpful to you in this situation that you're dealing with. You see yourself as being in control intellectually. The Queen of Swords and the Chariot have a very similar energy for me. It seems to me like you are somebody who wants to get it done. You are aware of this dragon that you're trying to deal with and slay. You want to get it slayed. You're tired of fighting it. And you are aware also of the stakes involved, but you're not aggressive to a fault about finishing off whatever this is. I think you see the need for gentleness and for the feminine energy that you get from the Queen. I mean, it's not the King of Swords, right? This is the Queen of Swords. And that doesn't indicate gender necessarily. That can just indicate general feeling. And to me, the Queen of Swords is using your brain, understanding all of the important intricacies, the details, the little pieces that would fit together in order for a thing to work, but not wanting to do any collateral damage in making it come to fruition, right? You've got this delicate butterfly up here flying above you. She's not wielding the sword. She's not trying to slay anyone. She's just showing her power, aware of her intellectual ability and agility, and keeping herself calm in the face of whatever we can't see, right, on this side of things. So it looks to me like you are, whether you're a she or a he or a they or whatever, it looks to me like you are seeing yourself as in control, but trying to maintain civility, trying to maintain a sense of ease and femininity, gentleness throughout this fight that you're going through. You don't want to be too aggressive, whether it's with yourself or with others. You want to stay sharp and you want to stay calm. Now, it looks like you might be tired. The Nine of Wands being in your opposing forces spot here, it looks to me like you are a weary traveler. Whatever this thing was here that you did to its completion, that you took to the end, and you wore yourself out. And I think that you are now kind of feeling like, I've got to stay sharp. I've got to stay strong. I need to fight this dragon, but I'm so tired. How do I get the energy that I need in order to do this thing? Like, how do I get the energy necessary to take the steps to slay this dragon so I can get a move on, so I can start going the direction I want to go? Something's holding me back. And it looks to me like you're so close to being through it all. Right? The Nine of Wands is, you see the castle, you're there. You've just got to make it one more mile. And you're weary though, right? You're weary of the mile ahead. You're not sure you can make it through. But I think the next card, which is, right, your helpful forces, and how lovely that this is the card you have for that, is the Ten of Cups, which is such a fantastic card. It is a card of, it's the best card you can get in the Minor Arcana. So that this is what's helping you. You've got strong family, strong support. You've got a support system that loves you and wants to be there for you and wants to care for you and wants to get you through whatever this thing is that you're trying to make through for yourself. It wants to help you out. You've got, whether it's a husband, whether it's kids, the Ten of Cups is just, whether it's even just like general aid from your community. It could be just community, you have friends, those kinds of things that just support you and make you feel loved. The Ten of Cups is a card of love. It's a card of emotional, financial fulfillment. So I think you have the fiscal and emotional reserves from others that will help you to be supported through this thing that you need to get through. It's going to give you the strength you need to be able to make it to the other side of your fear, your hesitation in this situation. I see the final thing here, the final card being the Ace of Coins. The Ace of Coins Aces are always cards of new divine intervention, right? The ace is oftentimes in the Rider-Waite tarot decks and stuff. You'll see it's like a hand coming out from the heavens, giving you whatever the thing is. And in this, there's an angel obviously handing you this coin. Same basic idea. It's like divinely offered inspiration, specifically relative to your financial, fiscal situation. It looks like so whatever. I don't know that this thing that you went through, that you completed, that's making you sit here kind of delineating through all the different things and trying to slay this dragon, you know, whether it's internal or external, whether it's a person or it's a personality trait, you're trying to slay a dragon. And I honestly think it's within you. I don't know, but I could be wrong. It seems like it could be with the world. It could again be a project, and maybe this project created some issues. Maybe you finished a job project that like created some new problems and you're like, oh no, this is like a whole other set of issues we have to deal with now, and how am I gonna get through that? Could be a similar thing in that case where it's more job oriented. This would be right, that the job was just really strenuous. You're really tired. You're tired of doing all of this work and trying to make the system work. And the 10 of Cups again would be that you're backed up by your coworkers. You're backed up by your family. You're backed up by your boss. It looks to me like whatever the situation is that you have finalized in recent history, you've got a ton of support here to help you. And the end is going to be good for you. Financially, specifically, the end of this is going to be good for you. But also it looks like just emotionally, right, you're going to have some new inspiration. It's a newness. It's a feeling of revival, a feeling of just again, brand new energy. Always with an ace, you're looking at brand new energy. So an ace of coins is an excellent way to end the spread. It definitely means that you've got some good stuff coming to you, materially speaking. And honestly, with the 10 of coins here, or the 10 of cups here rather, backing you up, you've got a lot of good going for you materially and emotionally, absolutely, and spiritually. So with that being said, because it looks like it's going to be a pretty strong month for you, change ahead, right, with the Chariot. It looks like you're certainly not going to be lost on the transformative energy of that harvest moon. Just like every other sign we've read this month, everybody's got some kind of change happening. I am going to go ahead and read an oracle card from the Halloween oracle deck. That's this one right here. It's like pretty much the only time of year I feel like I can use this deck, and it totally makes sense. So we're gonna pull an oracle card just as kind of like a general card, give us some feeling about what's an overall energy that we should be feeling, Pisces, for this month, for October of 2023. What's an overall overarching energy? Let's see what whoop, there you go. Boop. It's jumping out at me. What do we got? The apple, risk and reward. Interesting. Okay, so for risk and reward, it says, apples have been an iconic part of mythos from ancient times to modern. The story of the poison apple in Snow White, to the Roman goddess Pomona's magical apple tree, to the Christians' tempting fruit in the Garden of Eden. Should you receive this apple in your reading, it's time to look at how risk plays out in your life. Are you hedging your bets and not trying anything new? Do you want to change but are not willing to change anything? Are you willing to risk to get a greater reward? Or alternatively, are you risking too much too often, right? Interesting. So I don't know. I mean, as an indicator for this, how that resonates with you, I could see this in a number of ways. Looks like I would just say, you know, that certainly the Queen of Swords is a risk rewards kind of card. Don't be afraid to do some things that make you uncomfortable in order to get the things that you're trying to go for. So if you have to slay this dragon and you have to do some things that might make you nervous, or you're not really sure if you're comfortable doing it because you've never done it before or something like that, don't be afraid to take a risk. Don't be afraid to jump, right? You can't get across the crevasse if you haven't taken a leap, right? Or the crevice, rather, if you haven't taken a leap. So be sure to look out for the opportunities to leap, and don't be afraid to do so when they come. is what I'm seeing here. So I hope that this resonated with you. If so, please feel free, again, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. It's always nice to interact. If you want any more information on the decks used during this reading or the crystal used during the meditation, please feel free to look below in the description box. We do have some more information on that. And we do offer private readings, so if you have any interest in that, there is also information that is in that description box below. And I hope this worked out for you, and have a wonderful month ahead.